Hello my dear students. In this video we are going to discuss the topic division of power, the discussion of regarding the division of power which was done while framing the constitution for the country. This is given in the book by the title of The Power of the State. Here beta, the term state is used for a country. In a wider sense, the term state is used for a country, and within a country, like in our country India, the state is the sub part of the country. So here the term is used for the country. So basically beta, we are going to study about the division of power, the debate which was done regarding the division of power between the state and the central government during the time of the framing of the constitution. So what happened when the constitution was being drafted? At that time, this was also one of the hot topic of debate, of discussion, regarding which power should be given to the central government and which powers to be given to the state government. So beta, while starting the debate, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru said that he was in favor of the strong center. Not only Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, along with him, many others debaters also in the framing of the constitution or in the constituent assembly, they were in favor of the strong center. Means the more power should be vested into the center. So beta, all these things which is related to the division of power between the central government and the state government are enlisted in Schedule 7 of the Article 466, especially especially Article 245 and 246 deal with the theme, with the topic division of power. And in this article, the Schedule 7 tell us about the division of the power, which tell that for the division of the power, the subjects, the departments are divided into three lists. Three lists were made. One list is given the name as a union list. Second is the state list, and the third one was the concurrent list. The union list was the one which deal with the subjects which come under the state, came under the center control, under the control of the central government. The subjects which came under the control of the central government were the subjects like the subjects which are of the national importance, like the defense or the monetary matters like the budgets, foreign affairs, banking, communication and the currency. All these subjects which are of the national importance came under the union list. While another list is made with the name of a state list. In this list, the subjects which are there in the state list came under the state government, and it consists of mainly the health matters, irrigation, agriculture, trade, commerce and the police. It come under the state ownership. While there are some matters when it was debated during the time of the framing of the constitution, it was decided that to keep certain subjects under the control of state as well as under the control of the central government, and that list was given the name of a concurrent list. And under this list, the subjects which are of the interest of the central government as well as of the state government, those subjects comes. Like for example, the education, it also come under the central government as well as the state government. Forest, marriage, adoption cases, trade, all these came under the concurrent list. So beta, while studying regarding this list, before this, as you know, we are studying the history subject. So we go into the history, why all these divisions took place or what were the debate took place during the making of these lists. At that time, most of the members of the Constituent Assembly were in favor of the strong center, means they wanted more power to be given to the to be given to the central government. The reason was that they know that if the center is strong, then the country will have the good international reputation. It helps the country to make a good reputation in the international market. As well as the stronger center will provide the peace and prosperity for the country. It provides a political stability, strong defense for the country. Apart from that, it is also important to mobilize the resources for the country, because without mobilizing the resources for the country, the nation, the country cannot progress. For the economic progress of the country, it is important to have a strong center. And the persons in the Constituent Assembly who were in favor of the strong center were Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Gopala Swami Iyengar, Balakrishna Sharma. All these were the persons who were in favor. Apart from them, many others were also there who were in favor of the strong center. So, because of the efforts of these persons, the center was made stronger. But there was also some persons who do not want center to be too stronger. And one of the men among them was K. Santhanam. K. Santhanam was the man who said that this is misconception which you all are debating, that for the progress of the nation or for the betterment of a nation, it is important to give all the important subject to under the central government. If we give so much subjects and so many departments under the central government, then it will be overburdened with the work, and which this overburdenedness will affect its efficiency. That's why, according to him, instead of overburdening the center with a lot of subject, it is this can be done that some of the responsibility can be divided among the state also. And apart from that, he said that if we are in favor of making center so much stronger, then what's the need of going to a federal government? Federal government means government at a different level: center, state government, local government. This is the federal structure. Santhanam said that what's the need of going to the federal structure of the country? Then it is good to have a unitary form of government. Unitary means only a one level. Means the center is there which run the whole country. So he said that if you want the center to be very much stronger, then it is better to go with the that of the unitary form of government instead of a federal form of government. And he also said that by giving all the financial matters, fiscal matter in the hand of in the union list or in the hand of the central government, then if the state government do not have any financial resource, any fiscal resource, then how can it run its matter? Like for the purpose of health, for the purpose of education, for all these things, for the purpose of sanitation, it need the finance, it need the resources. And when all the resources are there in the hand of the central government, then obviously state have to go again and again to the central government for asking the money for doing the work in their state. Then what's the means? State totally depend on the central government. Then it is of no benefit to have a federal structure. So he said that it is better to go with a unitary form of government. So he was the person who was in favor of taking some of the list out, who made the efforts for reducing some of the subjects from the union list and giving them to the state list. But now at present time there are around 100 subjects which are there in the union list. So student, the matters which are given, the names of the subjects which are given in your books in the state list are mineral and the key industry. Key industry beta are the basic industry. Apart from that, the financial resources for the state come from the custom duty, the company taxes. Apart from that, the subjects which come under the state list are the land and the property taxes, sale tax, tax on the bottled liquor, State duties. Beta, state duties are the duties which are imposed on the crossing the border. When you cross the border of any of the state, then you have to give the state duty. Then the income tax, excise duty, or both these come under the concurrent list. Beta, excise duty is the duty which is imposed on the manufacturer. When any industry manufacture any good, then duty is imposed, a tax is imposed on that. It is known as the excise duty. So beta, this is all about the power of the state or the division of the power among the state, with the debate which was done during the time of the framing of the constitution. Thank you.